between the original photographed image and the altered image. And by that, what I mean is that we explicitly model the types of manipulations that a photo retoucher would do. For example, changing the shape of the breasts or the hips. And we can model that mathematically. But that doesn't really get you to something that how a person would perceive the changes. And for that, what we did, separate from the mathematics, is we asked people around the world to rate images on a scale of 1 to 5. 1, largely unchanged, 5, radical changes. Now we have mathematical measurements that tell us how much has changed, and we have perceptual measurements for telling us how much something has changed. And so the magic was that we had to develop mathematics that we were able to link the two. And so what we can actually essentially do is reverse engineer the manipulation that the photo retoucher did to go from the original to the retouched. What were they doing in Photoshop? What did they stretch? What did they airbrush? And the mathematics, in fact, explicitly model the types of manipulation that we know photo retouchers do in programs such as Photoshop.
So you have a mathematical framework that essentially describes all these discernments that come about. So I guess there are just numbers of different people. They don't use with an army of human volunteers. That's why you brought the humans in.
That's exactly right. The perception is an incredibly complex thing. Corresponds to culture, race, gender, age, and the fact that we can describe that from a mathematical point of view is really, in my mind, remarkable. And the other interesting thing is we had people looking at these images from around the world, and they are surprisingly consistent in their assessment of how much a photo of a person has strayed from reality. Almost everybody agrees that a 5 is a 5 and a 1 is a 1, and that also is what allows the mathematics to make predictions.
The bigger picture, excuse the pun, is that you ultimately want to make it so that a magazine could put a picture of, say, a supermodel on the cover and say the touch-up rating on this is 4, for instance. Now, it would be very expensive if you had to have a whole load of human judges to make that call every time, and it may not be that accurate, so they can just throw this into your system and you'll give us that rating.
That's exactly right. I should also say that there's another use for this technology beyond the legislative, which is we would like to build this technology directly into Photoshop and in real time give the retoucher feedback as to what their manipulations are doing to the photograph. If you've ever altered photographs, you know that it can really get away from you very quickly. You do one small manipulation and another small manipulation, but a half an hour later, you have complete fantasy on your screen. And so one of the benefits of this technology is that it can inform the retoucher as to how far from reality they have actually strayed.
That's Hanny Faree. So the all-important human component then informing what he's doing with his software.
Yeah, and fascinating research data there. He said people around the world